YouTube, I'm back. Sorry about the little break that I took. I just had to take a little break. You know, we was very consistent. I had to take a break, but we're back and we're not gonna stop. Before we get in, sorry. Before we get in, I had to tell y'all why I took a break. I just had to take a break mentally. It was nothing bad, but I just had to take a break. So I stopped uploading like for a few days, but we're back, okay? There's nothing wrong with taking a little break. That doesn't mean I stopped the grind. I just had to take a little break. By the way, thank you for all the support in the last video. 40 views, double 40 views. I like that. We are growing and I see the subscribers coming in. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. We're going to keep on grinding because the grind don't stop. Oh, let's get in to the video. Sorry.
Today we're going to take a look at all 19 military vehicles coming to Battlefield 6.
Can't wait for this game to come out.
This vehicles list is based off of
Bro, hold up. I heard this game is $80. $80. I'm fine. It used to be 50, then it was 60. 60 was like, okay. Now, then 70. And we're going up from 70. We're going to $80 for a video game. This game won't even be polished day one. Battlefield 4 was not polished. I didn't play it in its prime, but I've heard a lot of things. I played it like a little after its prime. Like, maybe like a few years afterwards. Battlefield 5, I loved the game to death, but it was not polished. It wasn't polished. Battlefield 2042, I pre-ordered this game, guys. I pre-ordered the game, and it was terrible. I had so much, oh my gosh, I just bought this game. I pre-ordered the $100 version. I am going to force myself to play this game. And I stopped playing. I stopped playing. The game came out on my birthday, too. I was so mad when I played that game. I just started to play with bots. And then, because there was so many glitches, but with the bots, there were no glitches. And I'm going to stop, yeah.
By Temporal. If you don't know him, he's basically a trusted data miner since 2019.
Now, also, before we keep on going, this video was posted like a month ago, so I don't know how much true the information is.
One from a user
but we're going to go with it because
on Reddit. The vehicles I'm going to pick in this video will be the one that are most likely be drivable and
only
the military class. So I'm not going to show you any civilian cars, stationary props, etc. Just the core vehicles on the battlefield with some fun facts about the in real life version as usual. But before we proceed, just like the previous video, which I'll link in the description, take this video with a grain of salt. The game is still in a very early development phase, so everything is subject to change, and the footage supporting the datamine has been very limited, albeit there are some vehicles that have been confirmed truly in line with the datamine. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with main battle tanks, you're gonna get M1 Abrams. This thing was developed in the 1970s to replace
Why are we not getting the newest ones? Isn't like M3 Abrams or M4 Abrams, M4A1 Abrams? Why aren't we getting those?
The tank, and it entered U.S. Army service in 1980. Named for General Creighton Abrams, this tank first saw combat in 1991 Gulf War during the Operation Desert Storm, and it proved to be extremely effective against Soviet-built tanks. Upgraded variants, M1A1 with 120mm gun, M1A2 with digital systems have since served in Iraq, Afghanistan, and other conflicts. The next battle tank we're gonna get is the Leopard 2 SG. It's a Singaporean upgrade of the German Leopard 2 A4 main battle tank. In 2006, Singapore purchased 96 ex-German Leopard 2 A4 tanks and upgraded them in-country by 2010. These upgrades included new modular armor and digital systems, after which they were redesignated Leopard 2 SG. This tank is unique to Singapore only, and I bet you wonder by now, why do I choose this tank even though there have been no indication about conflict between NATO and Singapore in the game lore? Well, I choose this variant because it resembles the in-game tank better than the Leopard 2 A4, especially with that sled armor on the rear hull and turret. If you don't know, sled armors are used to protect the tank from an incoming warhead. This or cage-like structure.
I was thinking that. Like, I was like, maybe that's for like them, you know them. Okay, if you play Call of Duty, the Joker, you know that is an anti-tank gun. That because you can obviously tell it's an anti-tank gun because it shoots up and it tries to come down. Like, you know when you shoot at a spot, it goes up all the way in the sky, then it comes right down. That's so it can hit the tank from the top. I'm assuming. I'm not the best with guns, but I know a little bit of military stuff. I used to fight in wars, like in World War II. I fought in World War II. I fought in World War One. I fought in Afghanistan, Iraq, Vietnam. We didn't lose, guys. We did our job. They just cheated. I fought in the Civil War as a black man. I fought in the War 1812. I fought in the Revolutionary War. I fought in all those. So I know a little bit about military stuff, okay? I'm telling you, I knew that's what that was for. That's smart. That's why Germans are really smart. I love you, Germans. I love y'all guys. Y'all are so smart.
How does it tie to the lore again? I don't know. We haven't got any clue.
We can have a Singapore game. Singapore is like one of the richest places.
It might be through smuggling export, but that's another rabbit hole we won't dive. Moving on, for infantry fighting vehicles, we got CV-90 Mark IV. This vehicle was one of the first IFVs with a 40mm gun and has since evolved to a modular design. The Mark IV features rubber band tracks for low noise and digital systems. Primary armament is typically a 35mm Bushmaster 3 autocannon with 7.62 coaxial machine gun. It can also mount Spike ER or ATGM Acheron as an anti-tank guided missile, which I've seen it in action directly from the leak. Smoke grenade launchers and module turrets can also be fitted with 30 to 50mm guns or even 120mm guns if needed. Next up is the M2 Bradley fighting vehicle. M2
Go! I love the M2s. I love Bradleys.
Like I mentioned before, with a 25mm M242 Bushmaster autocannon as its main weapon. It also carries twin M241 TOW missile launchers and a coaxial 7.62 machine gun. It's primarily used by the US Army and Army National Guard, and the very nice game is most likely the M2A4, which has a more stubby front profile and deployed in 2022. It still doesn't have the Iron Fist active protection system or APS like his siblings, which is the M2A4E1.
Okay, I knew I wasn't tripping. Okay, so they're not going to add all the newer vehicles, which I think they should. Because in a war like this, they're going to have their best vehicles fighting. And they're probably going to start... Knowing the USA, we probably are going to mass produce these things, okay? So, Ford, they're going to stop making cars. Strictly to us. All the other ones, they're going to... So, like, they just put in the newer versions, like the M4A1. I'm pretty sure there's an M4A1. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not the best with this stuff. So, I'm not ashamed to take some criticism. Y'all can comment if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure there's an M4A1, and that's the best one, I'm pretty sure. And they're about to have an Abrams X, I think. Put the M4 Bradley. Why make a worse version in the game? You feel me?
Also be a gameplay choice by guys to make the APS as a vehicle attachment. Now,
I'll get y'all right.
If you find value from this video, please be sure to leave it a like and subscribe. Your help means a lot to a small channel like mine. I'll also be sure to keep you guys updated with Battlefield news, future gameplays, and other interesting FPS shooter. So let's keep connected, eh? Moving on, for the anti-aircraft, we only got one drivable vehicles from Datamine, which is Gepard Mobile Air Defense System. Gepard, or also known as Cheetah Spag, mounts two Rheinmetall Oerlikon KDA cannons in a turret atop a Leopard 1 tank hull. It was developed in 1960s-70s and entered German service in the late 1970s. The system was actually been retired in Euro by the mid-2010s, superseded by missiles or APS, though as recent news demonstrates, retired Gepards were reactivated for Ukraine war, so there's still a little bit of lore support of this gun still being used in around 2030. Now, the interesting part, for fighter jets, we're going to get F-22 Raptor and Su-57. F-22 Raptor is a US 5th generation stealth air superiority fighter. It entered US Air Force service in 2005 and was first deployed in combat in 2014. This jet still remains as the premier air superiority fighter today, and it was never exported. The F-22's internal weapons base carry up to 6 long-range missiles and 2 short-range missiles. It also has one internal 20mm Falcon cannon with the capability of carrying JDAM bombs in its main bay. The Sukhoi Su-57 itself first flew in 2010 and entered Russian service in 2020. Only Russia operates it, and it's intended to replace some Su-27 and Su-35 units.
By the way, these motherfuckers only got 7 of them.
For the armament itself, this jet has one 30mm GSH-30-1 cannon, 6 internal base, provision for 6 to 8 missiles, and also has the capability to carry R-37 long-range missiles or air-to-surface missiles internally. For the attack jets, we got F-16 and JAS-39 Gripen. Gripen?
Guys, I hate this jet right here because I play War Thunder. Motherfuckers in this jet annoy the hell out of me. I get up tiered with my little F4, I get up tiered so much, and I hate playing realistic with these guys. They made me play arcade for a long time just so I can just respawn because they always would kill me. But now I got a little better with it, and I know how to counter it a little bit. But I hate this jet. I'm going to make it my duty to be on the ground and destroy them.
Yeah, that one. F-16 was designed in the 1970s as a day fighter. It entered U.S. Air Force service in 1978.
Everybody
The
has
F-16
one of
was
these.
widely exported, and it replaced many older fighters worldwide. Then for Jet-39 Gripen, this jet was first developed by Sweden's Saab in the 1980s as a successor
our
to
side, though.
Draken and Viggen. This jet has the capability of fighter, attack, and reconnaissance mission, hence JAS
Jakt, attack, spaning.
name. Gripen has seen no wartime use but has participated in NATO and international exercises. For the attack heli, we're going to get 3 helis, which consist of 2 attack heli and 1 scout heli. The first one being AH-64E Apache Guardian. It is the
Yeah,
latest
Apache.
U.S. Army attack helicopter, and it seats 2 pilot
Wait, hold up.
with a primary.
I hope there's more vehicles. I'm not gonna lie. I liked in Battlefield 4 when your vehicles matched your country. Russia had Russian stuff. The USA had USA stuff. China had Chinese stuff. Who else was in the game? There was more countries. And then, like, in the other battlefields, like Battlefield 5, all the Japanese had theirs. I already said this in a previous video, but Japanese had their tree. The Americans had their tree. The Germans had their tree. The British had their tree. Like, why can't we do that? Are you telling me that the enemy faction, the other faction, there's gonna be a U.S. American type faction with only American stuff, but it's gonna be multiple countries using that type of technology, versus a country with just Russian and like mixtures of things? I pray that we're gonna have a lot of vehicle disparity. I got my Edge Arcations valid, so I'm pretty sure that's how you say it, and that's how you use it in a sentence. But we need more than 19 vehicles. We need more than 5 per category. There should be 7 different jets. Just saying. There should be 7 different jets. We need a J-20, the F-22. We need the Su-57, of course. We need multiple type of jets in the game to fit the aesthetic. Like, I know it's going to affect them because in Battlefield 4, they kind of did get copyrighted. Or not copyrighted. They got banned in China. Because, like, the campaign I heard, I think I watched that video. Or I might have watched it by myself. But I know they're trying to avoid that. But can we at least, like I want to be able to, like, be in the game and know that, like, that person up there, he's on the Chinese team. Or that person right there, he's on the Russian team. Like, I shouldn't sit there and see a Swedish jet and say, is he Russian? Does that make sense? Like, why? Why do they do that?
Weapon of 30mm M230
Now, this
gun
is
under the nose. It
I
also has
can't
the
wait.
ability to carry
I used to
anti-tank
about
missiles,
20,
rocket pods,
2042.
and air-to-air defense missile. Apache first flew in 1975, while the E model itself entered service in 2012 with improved engines, avionics, and multi-domain networking. So chronologically, AH-64E is the closest contender version we're going to see in-game. The second one is the Eurocopter Tiger, designation
Is the Germans gonna betray us or
French
something?
German attack helicopter. Typical armament includes a chin-mounted 30mm GAT-30 cannon, 38 by 70mm rockets,
Gotta get
and
this
up
ready
to
so I can edit
12
on my PC.
air-to-ground missiles. It was developed jointly by France and Germany in the 1980s and made its first flight in 1991 and entered service May 2000s. For Scout Heli or Little Bird, are getting AH-6M. Developed from the civilian MD-500, the Little Bird has been in U.S. Army Special Operations since the 1980s. It has been used for covert insertions, exfiltrations, and urban hostage rescue missions by the Force SEALs, etc. Fun fact, one of the nickname for a Little Bird in US SOCOM is Killer Egg due to its egg shape. For transport heli, we got the UH-60 Black Hawk. It's a medium-lift transport helicopter with no...
I'm sorry I keep on pausing, but I just have to. I want the stealth version in the game. I don't want the regular. I want the stealth version, please, and thank you. Make people have to be smarter. Like us, the people on the ground, they should feel like they're actually in the war on the ground. They should not be seeing my red icon above them and know I'm in my F-22. Like, make sure stealth is actually proper in this game, please. Thank you.
Guns by default, but door or gunner position can mount M240 7.62mm machine guns or Gal 17 50 cal miniguns. It can also sling load cargo weighing up to 4.5 tons, and it has been the US Army standard utility helicopter since 1980. It had fought in Grenada, Panama, Gulf War, Balkans, Iraq, and Afghanistan. So there are lots of history made with this heli. Then we got F-22 Osprey. Now, this is still very debatable since the datamine only showed codename Vector, and Temporal had never mentioned having this heli in-game. But for this one, we're gonna trust what Hermia wrote in his datamine. The F-22 Osprey is a towed rotor VTOL aircraft. It has twin 50-foot rotors that can lift from vertical to horizontal. Developed jointly by Bell and Boeing, the Osprey first flew in 1989 but entered service only in 2007. It has been used by US Marines since 2008 and Air Force Special Operations since 2009. The Osprey served in Iraq, Afghanistan for troop transport and medevac, and was also used in Niger hostage rescue in 2017. For armored personal carrier vehicle class, we only got one according to the datamine, which is Paramount Marauder. This thing is huge. I mean, look at that. This vehicle is a South African 4x4 mine-resistant ambush-protected car, or MRAP. Damn, that's a mouthful. The armor in this car is ballistic steel and composite, rated to resist 7.62mm armor-piercing rounds, and double-tap mine blasts beneath any wheel. Marauder weaponry is also modular, usually 1 or 2 roof-mounted pintle guns, plus the possibility of a remote weapon station. I don't know why, but this car looks really comical to me. From light attack or transport vehicles, we got General Dynamics Flyer 60. This car is a light, air-transportable special operations vehicle with an armament that is mission configurable, just like what we see in game where there's a mounted machine gun on top. For light transport, we have quad bike and Dagor or MRZR buggy, which is likely a placeholder. Lastly, for naval, we got...
Whoa, naval? Did I just see? Oh my gosh, we're getting naval combat? Oh my gosh. The days of the Dreadnought are back?
Ribboat, yeah.
I can't. Got me hyped for no reason. I can't. I'm over here thinking we're gonna get some real battleships, aircraft carriers, midway type gameplay. We talking about this. EA, count your days. Count your days. Because we're kicking your ass. What is this? We need more. We need more than this.
Got ribboat. Honestly, it's kind of sad to see there are so few vehicles we got currently. I was hoping that we can see more vehicle variety depending on the factions we deployed as, but judging from
Thank you! He knows what he's talking about. He's getting the subscribe. He's getting the sub. And I'm turning them notifications on. He knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm saying.
Data, it seems like the military vehicles are so few right now. At this point, I don't know what our DICE's main focus that resulted in these very few choices of guns and vehicles in game. All that I can hope right now is that this is not the only vehicles we receive on day one. Also, the naval vehicle. Where are they? Battlefield used to be an all-out warfare, including ground, air, and naval
Battlefield, it's a battlefield. The whole thing's supposed to be cinematic. I should be in my helicopter seeing tanks all destroying each other while infantry are killing each other. Also seeing air battles while I see anti-air coming at the planes and the planes coming at the anti-air and the infantry, while seeing the navies battle at the same time. Please, I'm praying that this is not the only vehicles, and this is just the ones that they could find, or this is just the ones that they had at the time. And they're adding so much more. Bro, we need at least like 70. We need 50, 70 vehicles. Y'all gave us a terrible game in 2042. Don't do it again. You do it again, I promise no amount of hype will get me excited for a Battlefield game again. And I've been playing Battlefield for a little bit of time. Like, Battlefield is, because I actually like war games. So don't mess this up for the people who actually like war games. I've been waiting for a modern game like this to come out, all out warfare where I'm in an infantry type role or whatever. I've been waiting for a game like this. Don't ruin it, please.
But now they completely forgot about the naval combat altogether. I guess only time can tell. Alright,
Okay, we're gonna probably react to these. Like, we might react to these. I don't want to bore, but we might react to these. I hope y'all enjoyed this rant. I'm just praying that they don't fuck this up. EA, DICE, y'all have a chance to make this game better than COD. Last time we said this, y'all did not deliver. Y'all can deliver. Y'all are in a state of form just like Battlefield 1 was. COD is going downhill. Take advantage. Who's texting me? Okay. Take advantage, please. Release this game polished. Y'all have had years. 2042 is not good. 2042 came out in 2022. It's 2025. Y'all have had more than y'all usually have. 2018, 19, 20. Okay, my fault. But still, come on. I'm praying that this game is good. I want something. I just want a good Battlefield game. I'm done with my rant. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment. If y'all have some beef with me, let me know. Alright? Because I know there's probably a lot of people who actually know a lot about this stuff. And hearing me talk like how I'm talking is probably pissed. Let me know. Because honestly, I like this type of content. And my educations are up. So I am down for debates. Alright? Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment. I'm not going to repeat myself. I'll see y'all in the next video.